Good evening, dear teacher and dear colleagues. In this blog, I want to share my reflection about assessment, taking into account that assessment is not only to make evaluations, apply evaluations with the students, and through the readings, I have realized that it is more than that, and that it involves many principles. I will base my reflection on the questions that were posed. The first question says, are you an assessment literate? And in regards to this question, I think that I am partially assessment literate because I have taken into account some of the principles that White mentions in his text about assessment, but some of them need still to be reinforced. For instance, I think I have taken into account principles like the definitions of goals in the syllabus, analysis of results, and making changes in instruction in accordance to my students' needs, always in order to benefit their learning. However, I feel I need to get more training or principles. I need to get more acquaintance about, for example, start to promote self and peer assessment, use assessment in a way that fosters a student's motivation. Sometimes it is difficult, but I think we can do it. And another thing that I consider is that I need to start using a variety of methods in assessment. This is difficult, but I think we have to make I have to make the effort. I think that being an assessment literate is not something that I'm going to get from one day to another. I think this is a process, and I think it is a way of reflecting and changing the teaching practices. Now, another question that was posed to make this reflection was about the main concerns about assessment. And definitely one of my main concerns is the number of students. We as state teachers, and I think most of the schools here in Colombia, at least in urban areas, we have to deal with a great number of students. We have 40 students per classroom, so this makes it very difficult to approach each student and to give them individual feedback, which is that I would like to do. So this is something that really concerns me. In addition to this, I think that the schools do not provide enough time to do that feedback, to do that assessment. So this is something that also worries me. I think that as part of the school policies of the school, it should be given more time for us as teachers to sit down with each one of the students and to have a continuous assessment with them. And definitely there is not the time for that. So that is a problem. Another thing that I have concerned me is the way students see the assessment. Sometimes they just think that if they pass the subject, it is because they have a very good level, but it is not like that. It is something that concerns me, that the students don't understand the qualitative part of assessment, and they just feel satisfied when they know that they pass the subject, but they never think about the things that they can do, the achievements. They don't think about that. And either parents, the parents of our students, when they come to receive the grades report, the first thing they check is that their children have passed all the subjects, but they don't take a look on the achievements or on the goals that the students are supposed to achieve, to reach. And this is difficult. Sometimes our students don't think about that. They just say, well, I just have have got a 3.5 in this subject, so I'm not worried anymore. They don't think about the in a way that they explain I can do this, I can do this, I am able to do this. So it is something that really concerns me, and I think that well, it is my work to start giving them like another conception of the assessment, seeing it from a different point of view, and looking more at the specific achievements, specific performances, rather than a grade. What else? I think that this is a matter of teaching parents and students about a new culture to see the assessment, that they start to get used to that, and they start thinking, well, this is the abilities that my student has, and these are the abilities that my children need to improve. Finally, to finish this reflection, I want to tell you my plan to improve my assessment. The first thing I have planned to do is to devote more time to make a diagnosis of my students so that I can plan my assessment in a better way. Another thing that I want to do is to explain them those performances that I have been mentioned, or something that we call rubrics, explain them in a simpler way. Sometimes they don't understand the way those performances are written or are given. So I would like to, or I want to start giving them those that information in a very understandable or comprehensible way. And I say that because my students are children, so they don't have enough awareness of the language that is used in the reports, when they receive the reports, or when they have their introductory sessions for each one of the subjects in each term. So it's just like that, and also to make them more aware about that it is not reaching the minimum grade, but that they will be able to do certain things. And finally, I will work to make us summative and formative assessment more equal. I think that sometimes we tend to focus too much in the summative part, but I think the formative part is also important, and it is not just the behavior of the students. It is to see how can we teach them about the study habits, teach them about the ways to improve their weaknesses, teach ways even to maintain good performances for those who have a very good performance in the subjects. So this is a part of my plan to improve the assessment. I want to give better feedback. I will try to do it, although as I told you, it is difficult. The time is not enough for that number of students. But anyway, this is my plan, and I will start applying it as far as I can do it. So thank you for listening to my blog. This was all. That's it. Thank you very much.